Watch this. The one habit killing your recovery speed between shots isn't your footwork. It's where your racket hand goes the moment you finish swinging. Hi everyone, I'm Xiao Han. Today we're fixing one of the most common habits holding amateur players back in rallies, failing to reset your racket while you move your feet. When you play two-point drills, whether it's forehand to backhand or forehand to forehand, the key is this. After every shot, your feet move and your hand resets at the same time. Not one then the other, simultaneously. Watch me here with the ball machine. I finish the stroke. My racket comes back up to ready position in the same instant my feet shift. If you reset in place first and then try to move, you'll always be late. Feet and hand together, every single time. Watch the rhythm closely. I finish the shot, reset. Finish, reset. Notice how quickly I can keep up with the ball machine. That's because I'm actively bringing my racket back up the moment each stroke ends. Now watch when I switch to two-point movement. The difference becomes critical. After each shot, my hand stays up, racket in front of my chest, while my feet shuffle into position. It does not drop down to my side. That's where most players go wrong. They let the racket fall after every stroke, and then the next ball arrives and they're stuck. They simply cannot move in time. Keep your racket up at chest height after contact. Your eyes read the next ball from that ready position. Feet move, hand stays high. Feet move, hand stays high. That's the rhythm you need to internalize. Here's the timing in detail. The instant your foot lands, that's when your racket drops into the next stroke, not before. Move your feet, move your feet, move your feet. You have to get this rhythm right. The reason most amateur players can't sustain rallies is exactly this. They finish a shot, the hand drops immediately, and by the time the next ball comes, they're frozen. They can't initiate any movement because the racket is already down at their hip. So the rule is simple: never reset your racket downward and then try to move your feet. Those two actions happening in sequence will always cost you a beat. Instead, after every shot, keep the racket up. Read where your opponent is placing the ball, then as you step toward that position, your racket descends into the backswing naturally. Finish the shot, stay up, see the ball, then move and swing together. Watch the sequence. I finish, eyes up, I read the return, then my feet and racket move together into the next shot. If you reset first and then move your feet, you've created a hand then foot sequence. That costs you an entire beat, and by the third ball you're just watching. Your feet can't move because your hand forced them to wait. Once you understand this timing, hand stays up, feet carry you, racket drops into the stroke on arrival, your transitions will feel completely different. Next, so for half-table footwork, the movement pattern is a side shuffle. Watch why weight transfer matters on the forehand side. When you load onto your right leg during the stroke, your weight naturally shifts left as you follow through. The moment it reaches your left leg, your right leg is free to move again. That alternating load and release is what keeps the cycle going. It's a continuous alternation. Press into the right leg, transfer to the left, and the right leg is free to reposition. Press into the right again, transfer left, reposition again. Both feet are constantly hunting for the next contact point. Now, if you skip the weight transfer and just bounce up and down, you get vertical movement instead of lateral movement, and that's the slowest way to cover the table. Half-table footwork must be a low side shuffle. Watch what happens when a player skips this and uses only one leg to push off. They end up hopping on a single foot, completely off balance. You genuinely have to train this. Without proper footwork and weight transfer, there's a hard ceiling on your level. The side shuffle keeps you grounded, balanced, and ready for the next ball. I'll be honest, even if you have decent hand feel and natural talent, without footwork you'll plateau. To reach a higher level, you need solid movement patterns, and beyond that, you'll need quality serve and receive. But right now, focus on this. The half table side shuffle means both feet move together. After each shot, both feet shift simultaneously to clear your body out of the way and reposition for the next ball. Watch the pattern slide, slide, slide. It's never a crossover step. If you lunge with one leg while the other stays planted, that trailing leg is stuck and your balance collapses. Both feet together, small and quick. Both feet move at the same time, and here's the critical detail: they stay close to the floor. You're gliding, not bouncing. Watch, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand. Low to the ground the entire time. Even when I step wide to the forehand corner, the movement is a low glide along the surface. There's no vertical bounce at all. Watch my head, it stays at the same height throughout. Why does this matter so much? Because any up and down motion destroys your stability at landing. If you're airborne when the ball arrives, you may have to play the shot while still floating, with no ground support for your stroke. So remember, half-table footwork is a small, low side shuffle. And on every forehand, you must have weight transfer, load the right leg, release through the left. That's what allows you to chain attacks continuously. Without it, you end up either lunging or bouncing. Watch me at full speed now. No matter how fast the tempo gets, there is always a weight shift on every single ball. It may be tiny at high speed, but it's always there. Every rep, right leg loads, left leg receives. Now, so when we glide along the floor during half-table movement, here's the key detail to lock in. By the time your foot lands in the new position, your body weight should already be committed in the direction of the stroke. You don't land neutral and then shift, the transfer happens during the step. Watch as I demonstrate between the forehand and pivot positions with the ball machine. I step and my weight is already loaded onto the landing leg. Forehand side, weight loaded. Pivot position, weight loaded. Every landing, the weight transfer is built into the arrival. That way, the moment your foot touches down, you're ready to fire the stroke with full body support behind it. Then after playing the middle ball, the backhand requires no foot movement at all, just rotate your body. Then side shuffle to the forehand corner, side shuffle back to the middle. Watch closely, backhand from the middle, no feet needed, just let your upper body turn. Then a smooth side shuffle out to the forehand, and glide back to center. Notice how the whole sequence is seamless and silky. Every transition flows into the next with no wasted motion. The feet stay low, the weight shifts cleanly on each landing, and the racket resets to ready position during every slide. The principle here is simple. If you don't need to move your feet, don't move your feet. When you finish a ball in the middle and the next one comes to the backhand side, you do not need to step. Just rotate your torso and play the backhand right where you are. Can you remember that? Middle to backhand, no foot movement. Now, when the ball goes back to the middle, you clear your body out of the way and side shuffle over to the forehand position. From the forehand, shuffle back to center. Then from center to backhand, again no step, just open up your body. Then shuffle out to the forehand side once more. This is the real game footwork pattern. After that, so to recap, middle to backhand requires no foot movement, just rotate. Backhand back to middle, same thing, no step needed. Simply shift your weight and clear your body to the side, then side shuffle out to the forehand, clearing just enough space to stroke freely. That's your core half-table footwork pattern. Drill it until the side shuffle feels automatic. Stay low, land with your weight already committed, and never take a step you don't need.